Can you tell me a little bit more about the cultural walk that you did yesterday?
Yeah, cultural walk is actually, we take some time to walk through the community with the local chairman and leaders and the principal of the school, Paul. And the cultural walk's really about getting to see a little bit about the environment in which we're working at, and also just to understand not just where people come from, but also make a connection with those people, so that we begin with the community before we start working there.
And we saw that connection yesterday with your interview with Paul. Can you tell me a little bit more about the background between the Kain Foundation and Paul, and Bulesa Primary?
Yeah, sure. Well, we met Bulesa Primary School maybe about a year and a half ago. We came to them because they'd been identified as a community in need in a rural area where they couldn't actually access services that are quite readily available for people in cities. So we decided to work with them, and we've started by just the donation of porridge to feed about 360 kids for a term. It costs about $400, which is very scary when you make it relative to your own life. But really what we see with Bulesa is a long-term goal, and it's not just about providing a donation, but working with them to build something sustainable. So maybe finding a food security project or a water quality project to make sure that those kids are fed in order to be educated.
So from a food security perspective, what does that mean for Bulesa Primary and the greater community?
Food security, in very simple terms, might mean a community garden where we work with the community to build a self-sustaining garden of maize or bananas in order to feed these kids who, in the past, up until we came along, were starving. We have provided porridge for the last 3 terms, and for us that's not a long-term solution. So we see working with them to build a garden and make use of the land around their school as a more self-sustaining option for these kids.
And having worked in Uganda and in these communities for the past 3 years, what are the changes that you've seen? What's the impact that you've seen the Kain Foundation make?
It's really hard sometimes to talk about the difference that you make, because inevitably we want to try and do it altruistically, but you go and spend time with these communities and you walk away feeling absolutely blessed. The difference we've made, it's really hard to measure, but to me it's actually about connection. And when I walk into that community now and they know me because I've been there multiple times, they welcome me as a family member. And you know, yesterday they just said, we love the Kain CC Foundation. So for me, the difference is about that connection. In the past, maybe we've been quite polarised, but now it's Uganda, Australia together, and that's the most important thing.